In the headlines, Cần Thơ City People's Committee promulgated an official dispatch number 1626 on strictly implementing COVID-19 prevention and control measures in the area. Reviewing the 5-year implementation of the project on enhancing educating the youth on revolutionary ideals, political firmness, morality and lifestyle in 2015-2020 phase. Candidates to the 15th National Assembly continue contacting voters in Cần Thơ City. Hello and welcome back to Cần Thơ News of Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station and Top News Today. Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Trần Việt Trung has just promulgated official dispatch number 1626 UBND-KGVX on strictly implementing COVID-19 prevention and control measures in the city area.
In the dispatch, the chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee called on the people to support and join hands with the authorities to strictly implement the prevention and control of the COVID-19 epidemic, especially the 5K request for health, life protection, to prevent COVID-19 epidemic from realizing the dual goal of preventing and combating epidemic, developing social climate, ensuring people's life. The chairman of the Municipal People's Committee requests the chairman of the District People's Committees and the chairman of the communes, wards and townships strengthening inspection and supervision of the implementation of epidemic prevention control within their assigned functions, duties and authority according to the spirit of sub-barrier inspection, wherever is negligence subjective and of God to be treated in all aspects. The head of that place will be reviewed and handled in accordance with the party's regulations and the state laws, to request owners of trade and service establishments to strictly implement epidemic prevention control measures, suspend operations for facilities that don't meet regulatory requirements.
On the morning of May 11, the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, coordinated with the Health Department of Cần Thơ City, checked the implementation of COVID-19 prevention and control regulations in the new situation at some tourism facilities in Cai Rang District. At Bảo Gia Trang Viên Eco Garden in Thuận Thành Ward and Gia Thảo Hotel in Hưng Phú Ward, the inspectorate checked the implementation of the contents in accordance with the 5K requirements and COVID-19 preventive measures. It is reported that the two facilities show negligence in wearing masks, maintaining distancing, disinfecting, not gathering and declaring health. The inspectorate reminded and provided instruction on the implementation of COVID-19 preventive regulations, the establishment of plans and strategies to handle suspected infection cases. The facilities were requested to update and timely implement the newest documents on COVID-19 prevention and control for staff and customer, register for the map of living safely with COVID-19 of the Health Ministry at the web address of antoancovid.vn and the National COVID Safety System of the Culture, Sports and Tourism Ministry at safe.tourism.com.vn. On the morning of May 11, the Ministry of Education and Training coordinated with Ho Chi Minh Central Communist Youth Union to organize the national video conference reviewing the 5-year implementation of Decision number 1501 QDTTG dated August 28, 2015 of the Prime Minister approving the project of enhancing educating the youth on revolutionary ideals, political firmness, morality and lifestyle in 2015-2020 phase. After 5 years of implementing Decision number 1501, Vietnam has basically completed 5 assigned targets, including 100% of officers and union members and 80% of youngsters learn the resolution of party committees at all levels, policies and law of the state. 99.6% of education facilities promulgated the culture code of conduct in school. All levels of youth union maintain annual training for youth educators, introduced over 1 million outstanding youth union members for party admission, with over 600,000 members admitted to the party. 100% of youth volunteered in social and charity activities and community service. However, according to some remarks made at the function, some education contents on revolutionary ideals were not engaging for the youth, and the incorporated education contents are still limited. Agreeing with the 8 core contents in enhancing educating the youth on revolutionary ideals, political firmness, morality and lifestyle for 2021-2025 phase, Education and Training Minister Nguyễn Kim Sơn requested ministries, sectors and party committees at all levels and authorities enhance educational activities and continue reforming content, methods, forms and evaluation criteria for educating students on revolutionary ideals, political firmness, morality and lifestyle, eliciting devotion aspirations in the youth. On the morning of May 11, Standing Vice Secretary of the Municipal Party Committee, cum Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Council Phạm Văn Hiếu, chaired the joint meeting to prepare for the second section of the 10th People's Council of 2021-2026 term.
Most participants attended the meeting together already from July 21st to 23rd, expected to approve 5 reports of the Standing City People's Council, 13 reports of the City People's Committee, 1 notice of the Standing Committee of the Federal Front Committee, 3 reports of judicial agencies, 9 reports of the committees of Cần Thơ City People's Council, and 15 draft resolutions and submissions. The contact time for voters before the session is also agreed to start from June 30 to end of July 7 at the latest. The results will be submitted to the Standing City People's Council by July 9. Closing speech, Mr. Phạm Văn Hiếu, Standing Vice Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, cum Chairman of the City People's Council, asked leaders of relevant departments and branches to raise their sense of responsibility in preparing the contents of reports and draft solutions to ensure compliance with the law in accordance by the prescribed process and time.
On May 11, at Cần Thơ City Public Security, candidates to the 15th National Assembly of Constituency No. 1 contacted voters who are officers and soldiers of Cần Thơ City Public Security. This constituency consists of Ninh Kiều, Cái Răng and Phong Điền district.
At the meeting, after listening to the leaders of the Federal Front Committee of Cần Thơ City summarize the candidates' biographies, the action program of the nominee is carefully prepared, seriously, scientifically, concise, clear, easy to understand in accordance with the actual situation in the localities as well as in the region. In the action program of the candidates, all of them show their determination, bring their full capacity and dedication to well perform the role of representatives of the people for the people, representing the legitimate rights and interests of the people. Constantly in contact with voters, keep close relationships, always respect and listen to voters' thoughts and aspirations. Subject to the supervision of voters according to regulations, voters have expressed their belief and expectation in the candidates who are voters and talented people representing the voice of the people as well as the armed forces, contributing to their abilities to development of the homeland.
On the morning of May 11, the candidates to the National Assembly of Constituency No. 2 of Cần Thơ City met and contacted with voters of Bến Thủy district. In the action program, the candidates determined the core missions to be carried out if they are elected to the 15th National Assembly, including keeping close contact with voters, carrying out supervision and social criticism tasks, contributing to the draft law documents and researching feasible policies, for every discipline, such as calling for the enhancement in social security policy implementation, supervising inter-provincial traffic projects, implementing Resolution No. 120 of the government on developing the Mekong Delta region, coping with climate change, especially assisting the city in effectively implementing Resolution No. 59 of the Politburo, and so on. Each candidate has their own way of implementing in accordance with their strengths and work position. In the same afternoon, the candidates to the National Assembly of Constituency No. 2 continued to meet with voters at Bến Thủy District Party Committee. On the afternoon of May 11, Cần Thơ City People's Committee organized the conference to review the implementation for the project of building the militia and self-defense forces for the 2016-2020 phase.
After 5 years of implementing the project, the 2016-2020 period, as of December 2020, Cần Thơ City has 15,423 military and self-defense forces, reaching 1.23% of the population. In training, we always pay attention to the staff and regularly renew the training method to thoroughly overcome the situation of vegetarian training and performance chasing, from which the quality of training step by step is raised and requires combat readiness in all situations. Concluding at the conference, Mr. Trần Việt Trường, Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee of Form, implementing the project on organizing the construction of leisure and self-defense force in the period of 2016-2020 brings many effects practically, thereby creating a good impression on the people's heart, creating confidence in the local party committee and authorities in the current situation.
Up next, let's look at the weather forecast. That's all we have for this edition of Cần Thơ News. To watch the bulletin again, you can log on to our website at canthtv.vn. And now, thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye and see you next time.